Hey, family, thanks for checking out this evening's broadcast. If this is your first time checking out one of my broadcasts, my name is Jonathan, and I am on day 457 of my 3-year challenge to lose 300 pounds. Um, it's been a few days since I've been on. The last day I was on Wednesday. So I hope you guys all had a great weekend. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you do get subscribed to the channel, like this video, and comment below if you have any questions. So yeah, like I said, it has been a little while since I've been on. It's been really busy for me. I had to travel this weekend for work. It was nice to travel uh, and get away a little bit, I suppose. But I, like I said, I missed being on here. I didn't know if I would get a chance to get on this week, and then I think I worked some things out. But if you guys do miss me and want to check in on me, you can always find me on the Discord, which that is down in the description below. Anthony saying hello. Anthony actually did just message me today just to check in and see how things were going on the Discord. But yeah, I had a great weekend and just kind of since Wednesday, I had that great weigh in, a huge amount of weight lost on Wednesday. And that evening, we had just a regular kind of dinner that we normally have. It was a lentil pasta. I actually got this set up here that I can throw up some photos. But yeah, so this was dinner on Wednesday night was lentil pasta, I think is what it's called. It's pretty simple dinner. Uh, we've had it in the past, and I think it was a little bit better in the past than it was this time. I'm not sure what was missing, but it needed maybe a little bit more spice or kick to it. But it was still edible. You know, I don't really have any problems with eating most things. I never have. So, um, but I enjoyed it. The kids didn't like it. I know Carrie was a little disappointed in our dinner on Wednesday, but Thursday I was not able to go live either. And really, things kind of, I go back to my regular eating habit. I have oatmeal in the morning, and for dinner on Thursday, we ended up having mega veggie chili, which is kind of a staple in our house. You know, I love, like, even just looking at this photo of the mega veggie chili and just trying to name all of the different things you see, you know, the onions, obviously the corn and the carrots, you see the beans and the chickpeas, but there's also you know, some other things in there you don't see right off, like the celery and things like that. I mean, it's really a great staple that we have in our diet right now. And if you guys are interested in any of these recipes, this one or the last one's probably there too, that wasn't so good. But we have a Pinterest board that Carrie has uh, put together, that the link for that is down in the description of the video here. That if you guys want to check out and see any of these recipes, and this one is one that I highly recommend. This is the mega veggie chili, and it is, um, like I said, one of our favorite ones to make, and I think it's fairly easy to put together. Really, I mean, it's just chopping up the carrots and some of these vegetables. You know, taking the time to do that, but other than that, it's not too difficult to make. So yeah, that was kind of the dinner before we left, you know, and then we did get on the road. And like I said, you know, it was nice to travel. It was really nice to get away with Carrie and to not have the kids and not have the dogs to deal with, and just kind of just be the two of us. It doesn't happen very often. So it was really nice to have that time together to travel and hang out. And The event that we went to was um a bit of a convention, I guess you would call it. A very small group of people that I see on kind of a twice a year kind of basis. Uh, that We have meetings in January. So it was nice to have Carrie with me and to introduce her to some of those people that that she hasn't met, because just having kids hasn't allowed us to travel, or for her to come with me on this event. And then for me, for me, it was a great experience because it was another one of those non-scale victories for me, in that just that my overall confidence is, I'm regaining that confidence that I used to have, that I feel like I lost as I got really overweight. And we the people that I see this weekend are people that I want to have a good relationship with. So I am, a little bit uh worried's not the but I do take into consideration what they think of my physical appearance, or maybe maybe not so much some of the people, but the larger group as a whole. And I was meeting some new people too that I wanted to uh, have a good impression the first time I saw them. And being 320 pounds, I feel like I make a much better impression than being 520 pounds. So that was really nice to uh, kind of go into this event being lighter. The last time I did see them, I was about the same weight. Uh, so uh, I also didn't lose the weight and then gain it back, because I've done that. And I've over the years I've, seen these people in July, and then uh the following July, I was 100 pounds lighter, and then the following July when I saw them, I was back up to the original weight, or even more, So I bounced around, but to consistently be at a lighter weight was really nice. And it was fun to kind of go out. And me and Carrie, we didn't end up doing any dancing, but we did end up going to this event here that was pretty busy. There was a band playing, and just like I said, walking around and talking to people, and just uh, overall being more confident, being more um, what's the word I'm trying to to uh, outgoing, I guess. Willing to strike up conversation with a stranger more than 200 pounds ago, than I would have 200 pounds ago. And then the one thing though that we did not do a great job of with this weekend is we did not do a great job with planning our food. We had kind of a rough idea what we were going to do, and then things kind of fell apart as the weekend progressed. So I guess where it kind of first uh went wrong is I plan to stop at Costco on the way out of town to pick up some mangoes and to pick up some cashews. And uh, we got to Costco. We were able to find the mango that we usually get, which is just these bags of dehydrated mango that I did eat the whole bag of over the course of the weekend. I'm sure Carrie had quite a bit of it as well. But they didn't have any of the cashews that were unsalted, and so we don't know if they weren't carrying them anymore or what, but they didn't have the cashews that we normally get. But Carrie was able to find this mix of nuts that was unsalted, that had walnuts and it had pistachios in it, and it had almonds, and it had a bunch of different nuts in it. And at first, when I tried the mix, I kind of was like, "Ah, I don't think I like this," but really by like the 3rd bite, I was hooked. I was into it, and it was just this mix of unsalted nuts that, um, I don't have a picture of, or I don't have any, idea what the brand of it was, but, if I figure it out, I'll take a photo of it because 'cause I'm sure we'll buy it again the next time we go to Costco because it was really good, and it was nice to have a variety of flavors in the mix as opposed to just having just straight cashews. There was no cashews in the mix actually that we got either. So, it was probably a little bit lighter because of that. Uh, but it was, um, that was kind of the first thing that fell apart was that they didn't have the cashews at Costco that I planned on us buying. And then I kind of assumed that our hotel room would have a microwave. It was actually a really fancy hotel room, and so there was no reason for it not to have a microwave. I realized I didn't take any photos of the hotel room. I should have in hindsight now. But it was this fancy hotel that it was uh kind of neat that I didn't even have to check in. Like I was able to from my phone app, I was able to check in and then my phone itself was our room key. So we were able to just go to the elevator, hold our phone up to a sensor at the elevator, took us to our room and that we were able to pick too. Like when we did the virtual check-in, it said, "Well, you can pick what floor you're in and what room you want to be in." So we picked the floor, we picked our own room, which was really kind of cool too. Uh, anyways, then after you get off the elevator, got next to the room, my phone switched over to, do you want to unlock your room? And you just hit a button and it unlocked the door. So that was kind of cool that we didn't even have to check in at the front desk. I didn't have to talk to anybody at any point. So that was kind of a neat kind of thing that I hadn't run into yet. But a hotel that's that fancy that I can do this stuff on my phone doesn't have a microwave in the room, uh, s- which it wasn't a huge deal. But I don't like to eat potatoes like cold. Like there was a refrigerator, so we were able to put them in the fridge. I would like them to warm up a little bit. And Carrie doesn't have a problem with eating a cold potato, so it wasn't as big a deal for her. Um, and then Friday night, that event that I kind of showed the photo of here was uh like I said, there was a band at the event and it was 3 or 4 hours long and it was lightly catered. They had people walking around handing out hors d'oeuvres that we turned down. And I think it was funny. There was one guy that came by and offered us something and we turned it down. And then I think within like 30 seconds, he came back and offered us another thing completely different, and we turned it down again. And he kind of chuckled when he offered us the second thing because they were just meatballs. And then I don't think he ever offered us anything again the rest of the night. But they also a little bit later on had like a small buffet that had some uh, really it had actually a few large platters of fresh vegetables. Then it also had chicken wings um and maybe some other things that were fried. I didn't even go through the whole line, but uh it was fairly easy to stay compliant or on diet because I didn't really intend to eat anything Friday night. The and them having the variety of uh vegetables that they had was surprising to me. I ended up the plates were really small, but we uh we ended up actually going and getting a couple plates of just celery, and they had green peppers, red peppers, yellow peppers that were sliced real thin. They had cucumber, they had broccoli and carrots. And I'm trying to think of if they had anything else. Just kind of the normal things that they would have on a vegetable platter. Carrie's checking in saying, hey, Carrie, I'm just talking about the food that was at the event on Friday night. There wasn't a whole lot of food that we could have, but well, there was a lot of food that we could have, really, but it wasn't very exciting. It was kind of everything that people were skipping over, and it's kind of the opposite. Before, I would have skipped over these two huge plays. These I would have skipped over these two huge platters of vegetables and gone right for the chicken wings and the other uh fried food that they had. And instead, this time, I only grabbed the vegetables and then I walked away from the line itself. And yeah, Carrie saying the veggies were yummy. Yeah, and she went back for a couple plates, and I really like them. The only things that I had an issue with, the tomatoes, I don't think were in season. They were like cherry tomatoes that I had a couple of those, and I've never liked those. Like, I absolutely hate those. Like, list of vegetables I hate, cherry tomatoes is at the top, followed by cucumber with celery, probably tied for second place. This is all 2 years ago, my list of vegetables that I hate. This weekend, I loved those vegetables. They were great to have. And even after, like, everything was gone, and all of the vegetables did end up get all of the vegetables did end up being eaten by everybody at the party, except right next to where they had the chicken wings that were barbecued or sauced, they had two huge bowls of celery sticks alone that, like, 10:30 at night, everything is really, like, broke down or done, or they're closing up shop, and the only thing that was left were these two bowls of celery sticks, and they were just calling to me, and I grabbed three of the sticks and kind of was just munching on them, and they were amazing. And it's so ridiculous to me that I enjoy um celery at any level. Like, especially like eating it just by itself. It was, I don't know. It's really hard for me to even comprehend it still. Like, if I would have told myself 3 years ago that I would have been satisfied with some celery sticks, I don't know that I would have believed you. So that was really nice to um have that there. And because we eat vegetables, we still had something to eat at 11:30 at night while everybody else, or 10:30 at night. 10:30 at night while everybody else didn't have anything, I suppose. Well, they could have had the celery if they wanted. It was there. So that was a great evening. And then, kind of another place where my plans fell apart was that I thought that my meetings on Saturday were going to be earlier in the day, and I didn't see that they had actually changed them to the afternoon. So we got into a position again. We're staying at this incredibly fancy hotel, and they don't have a continental breakfast, which I guess you get to a point where you get too fancy to have things like free apples and bananas in a continental breakfast. Um, so what my plan was is that if we skipped breakfast, the meetings would happen. We would grab lunch and then travel home. Well, that didn't work out. The meetings were after lunch. So we ended up skipping breakfast or just eating some of the snacks that we had in the hotel room. Then we went to lunch and then we had the meetings. So uh the um like I said, for breakfast on Saturday, we just had some of the snacks like the mangoes. We brought a bag of oranges and bananas, so we had those to snack on as well as we had the bag of nuts too. Um, and I'm trying to think if we brought mustard uh dressing for the potatoes as well. So that's what we had in the morning. And we got on the Happy Cow app to see if there was any type of restaurants that served any vegan options near where we were staying, because we were in the downtown area of Des Moines, Iowa. And there was one place that was called Ritual Cafe that I think it was listed as like a 20-minute walk from where we were. And we actually Des Moines is kind of neat that it does have this skywalk system, and this is kind of a map of the skywalk system. But we had to go from a location up kind of on the north end of the thing where, if you can read it, it says Hy-Vee, where that green line is. We were kind of going from that direction. And my hope was to follow the skywalk and get off, like out of the skywalk at this furthest west kind of red line. And we got to about the middle here, and I don't know how far I can zoom in, but we got to the middle, about where it says seventh or partnership building, if you can read that. And it got to be a little bit much trying to follow along with the skywalk any further. So we ended up getting just on down into the street, and the place that we were going was just a block or two to the west of what you can see on this map. But we ended up walking from our hotel over to the Ritual Cafe. And I don't know. So this was my daily steps on Saturday. We ended up getting a lot of steps on Saturday. We walked to that location, kind of walked probably an extra 2 or 3 blocks because we tried to stay in the skywalk on the way there. And then it was also a little bit cold. It wasn't awful cold. I didn't have the best jacket, but uh the walk back I think took us like the 20 minutes. There it took us almost 30 minutes to get there, and on the way back it was almost 20 minutes back. So I definitely hit my step goal that day. And we went to Ritual Cafe, and it was a neat restaurant in downtown Davenport, or in downtown Des Moines, that offered uh, an all vegetarian menu. It was an all vegetarian menu, and then they had some things that were vegan or some things that they could kind of veganize. And so we ended up getting a couple sandwiches. This was my sandwich here, which was the grilled tempeh. And of course, they put tortilla chips on there, which is, like I said, has been something that is always tempts me. And so I did eat them because I was splurging and eating 5 to 7 tortilla chips there, like an actual serving of tortilla chips instead of a whole bag of tortilla chips. But yeah, the grilled tempeh sandwich that I had obviously tempeh in it, and then red onions, roasted red peppers, yellow mustard, which was really like the like yellow mustard I haven't had, like a sweet yellow mustard. You know, I've had like um like a Dijon type mustard, but the mustard in this was very sweet. And then I got it on sourdough bread, and I got it with the sun-dried tomato spread. It was awesome. It was worth every penny and every bit of the walk there. It was really just all the flavors together were really good. The uh funny thing was to me that I ordered it and it has tempeh in it. I just don't like tempeh. And I did eat a little bit of the tempeh outside of the sandwich, and I wouldn't say that I enjoyed it that much. I don't know that the sandwich even needed the tempeh in it, but they had it in there, and everything together was really good. I liked all of my sandwich. And I would definitely recommend that if you go to the Ritual Cafe, that you get the grilled tempeh sandwich on sourdough with sun-dried tomato spread. And there is me. There's me there enjoying the meal. The ambiance and environment of the restaurant, I always kind of have to chuckle at myself because it is the complete opposite of a steakhouse. And I definitely am more of a steakhouse kind of guy than a vegetarian restaurant kind of guy. So, um, uh, yeah, it was great though. And so I always feel like a fish out of water, I suppose, going into a restaurant like that. And then, Carrie ended up getting I think it was called the vegan grilled veggie, which is their grilled veggie sandwich that normally has a cheese, and instead of cheese, they substitute hummus. So this sandwich of hers had red and green peppers, tomatoes, onions, balsamic vinegar, and it was on garlic. Oh gosh. Is it focaccia? Yes, I'm looking good in that photo. Thanks. I think I look pretty good in that photo too. It's the only reason I included it in here, right? No. I am definitely looking much thinner. I probably need to retire that hoodie. Carrie told me multiple times this weekend that she felt that I needed to retire that hoodie. But yeah. Back to her sandwich, the vegan grilled veggie. Um, and then here is Carrie here enjoying her sandwich. She's also looking very good. My sandwich actually is looking really tasty there right at the front. But um Carrie is enjoying her sandwich. I'm sure she's loved seeing this. And then she says, yes, warm hummus that she found out through eating that sandwich that she enjoys having warm hummus. She says, please retire the hoodie. I don't know. I think maybe you retired it for me. I couldn't find it this morning. I feel like you have hidden it on me. Anthony says, never thought of warm hummus. Yeah, it was her sandwich was really good. Uh, I enjoyed the taste I had of hers. I personally liked mine more. She says she liked hers more. I don't know. I think mine had a better aftertaste, better overall. I liked mine better overall. So, let me see if I have, yeah, just one more photo of her sandwich there. And then, oh, that's skipping ahead there. We're going to get to that in a minute. And that's actually an old photo. Carrie did not know she was having her photo taken and that it was going to be broadcast for the world to see. So that was kind of our lunch on Saturday. After lunch on Saturday, we had some meetings that took a couple hours, and then we ended up heading home. Heading home from Des Moines is about a 2.5 hour drive to head home. So we were on our way home. And like I said, our schedule really got screwed up because I thought the meetings were before lunch and they were after lunch. So now we were in a position where we were driving home and it was getting close to dinner time. And I don't know. Um, it just happened that Carrie conveniently mentioned that there was a restaurant in Iowa City, which is on our way home, that was about 30 minutes away. There was a pizza joint or pizza place that they opened up there, I guess recently, that we had gone to another location in St. Louis over Thanksgiving, and it was a place called Mellow Mushroom. And if you've been following along, we had that pizza down in St. Louis, and it was really awesome. And so we were about 30 minutes away from Iowa City when Carrie happened to realize or happened to notice that they had a location and it was right off of the highway. So she ordered a pizza to go, and we ended up getting a vegan pizza from Mellow Mushroom, and it's their veg out pizza, and they use a vegan cheese with red sauce, spinach, green peppers, sliced mushrooms. There's sweet onions on it, and then Roma tomatoes. And Carrie doesn't like black olives, so we got black olives on half of it and not the other half. So Carrie says that she was looking on Groupon for some reason, and it was just a coincidence that we were nearby. So it was fate that it would be mentioned, and then it really just kind of worked out. I mean, we really did not have a lot of calories on Friday, and so and really, and what we had for lunch, we both, it's crazy how, I wonder how much it is kind of addiction or temptation, things like that. But we had lunch, and I had this sandwich here, and I was 100% satisfied. I was like, that was awesome. We had a great lunch out, not didn't eat a heavy, you know, bunch of food, just gorge ourselves, and we did a great job. And we were both proud of ourselves for the lunch sandwiches we had. I had this one and Carrie had that one. This is a little bit behind, but yeah, she had that one. And so we were real proud of ourselves at how we did for lunch. And then on the way home, you know, she mentions that pizza, and there was a lot of factors that were playing in, like it's we don't everything's not in a vacuum. It's not just whether or not we decided to have pizza on the way home or not. It's, we weren't going to be getting home till after 6. We had to deal with 4 kids and 2 dogs that we hadn't seen in 2 days, and we didn't know what kind of care it was going to take to get them to bed or if they were going to need to eat. And so us kind of stopping and getting the pizza was very convenient for us to do. And we didn't think to take a photo, or I didn't think to take a photo of the pizza at the time. So this is actually a photo here of the same pizza that we had back in um November down in St. Louis. There is a couple differences though, and I didn't notice it. That and Carrie says we were doing great, and then we stopped for pizza. Yes, but there was a little bit of a difference. There was two main differences between this pizza and the pizza that we got from the place yesterday. The one here is that the one yesterday had far less of the vegan cheese, and I really loved it that it had far less of the vegan cheese. This pizza tasted great, and if you had the two pieces next to each other, this one would probably win in a taste test. But the pizza that we had yesterday had just a light sprinkling of the cheese on it, and it was, almost like you would put onions on a pizza, or the onions that you might not be able to see it that are on this one. That's like the amount of cheese that they put on the pizza. So it was nice to get that flavoring, but it wasn't overpowering. It didn't create like a film in your mouth, and you got to taste all of the other flavors of the tomato and the green peppers and the mushrooms. Um, the other big difference between this pizza and the one that we got not from Iowa City is that this one we got, they had cut the pizza. The one we got from Iowa City, they did not cut the pizza. And so we had, I don't know. We planned on eating it in the car. We thought we'd order takeout and kind of eat it in the car or try to start it in the car. and we got it out and opened up the box and it wasn't cut. And so we kind of had a debate what to do. Um, I lost the debate, and so Carrie went into Target and bought a pizza cutter from Target for $2, I think. It was a cheap one. She found a cheap one in Target, I promise. Um, because we didn't want to go in and like have them cut the like go back into the place with the pizza, and then they'd have to take it out of the box, cut it. Uh, and why Carrie's argument was, why wouldn't you just cut it with your own pizza cutter at home? Unless you're eating it in your car, and why are you eating pizza in your car? I think that is going to be, um, yes, Carrie says it is a real problem when they forget to cut your road pizza. Yes, that is a real problem. So anyways, um, we had pizza on the way home, which was, uh, which was good. I was happy with it. Like I said, overall, between the couple days, um, the low calorie day that we had on Friday, Saturday, really the meals we had overall, we probably didn't have a huge calorie day Saturday either, even with the pizza. I don't know how much is in the dough. That's where most of the calories are, and who knows how much your body absorbs it. Anyways, um, so that was dinner on Saturday, and then really Sunday we got right back into it. Uh, for breakfast for me, I ended up having kind of one of my staples, which is uh toast with peanut butter on it, because I am not doing the avocado and the mango pico de gallo. Uh, so this is kind of my boring breakfast that I have. Planned on having oatmeal for breakfast, but I think that Carrie, being away from home for those 2, 3 days, I think she forgot how to use the Instapot. And so, the first batch of oatmeal on Sunday morning got burnt, but we did have oatmeal for lunch on Sunday. So we were able to enjoy our regular oatmeal. It was just much later in the morning than we normally have it. I don't know what happened with the Instapot, but it decided to burn our food, and let us know that it was burning it instead of like shutting off. I guess I don't even know if maybe it did shut off, but I know on the screen it said burn, and Gary tried to stop it and fix it, and that didn't work. And so, also trying to think why we ended up having, anyways, we just ended up having oatmeal for lunch, which was fine by me because I love our oatmeal, and I am gonna have to get used to it based on how I'm planning on eating the next couple days. And then after that, I had snacks throughout the day, but for our meals, for dinner, Carrie made what was called a pineapple rice, and you can see, if you got a good enough screen, the big chunk of pineapple there. And then you'd have shown me this 2 years ago, I'd have been like, I'll be okay. But the peas with the pineapple, there was something that was salty in it. I don't know if there was liquid aminos in the recipe or not. I know the kids were putting them in. Um, okay, so the oatmeal we didn't have until lunch because we didn't have any. Carrie had to run to the store Sunday morning. That's right. So I was watching the kids Sunday morning. That's why I had the toast while she was off doing that. Then she got the oatmeal. Then she burned the crap out of the oatmeal. So she made another batch of oatmeal. So we had oatmeal for lunch. And then we had pineapple rice for dinner, which I loved. I don't know. We got, I think, 50% response from the kids, positive response from the kids, but I really enjoyed the pineapple rice. I know Carrie said that she was missing a recipe, or the whole time she was making it. Uh, she was complaining she didn't have something right. I know there's sweet potatoes in it. There's green, or there's sweet potatoes, there's peas, there's pineapple, there's brown rice, and whatever sauce she made, all of it together was awesome. This was one of 2 bowls that I ate, and I was really disappointed seeing the kids not even really, give it a much of a shot. Or I think one of the kids, the issue that we ran into right away is that it was really hot, and the pineapple, like, it takes a while for pineapple to cool down. Or, I think he burned his mouth with the pineapple, and that turned him away from the dish pretty quickly. And then it might not be the prettiest looking thing you ever seen. So, um, but that's what we normally eat wasn't really pretty either, I guess. So, but yeah, I really enjoyed that dinner. I would definitely have it the way Carrie made it here. And if it was made by the recipe, it would probably be even better. So she says she put sweet potatoes instead of the carrots, and we didn't have any bell peppers. So should have had carrots instead of sweet potatoes, which I liked the sweet potatoes, and then the bell peppers would have added to it. Which, yeah, it probably, I don't know. I liked it the way it was. I'm not sure what the sauce was made out of, but that was probably um, a big part of why we enjoyed it. And then this morning, oatmeal again. I got on the scale when I got to work, and I knew I would be up. I was kind of like, oh my God, I can't believe how much I'm up. And I'm never eating again, kind of thing. And kind of the days progressed, and I the scale's right here. So I got on it again just before stream. It's light, it's like a pound lighter than it was this morning. So um I'm not as kind of freaked out about things, but I am going to continue with kind of my regular plan, only modified, in that I'm going to eat just one meal a day on Tuesday and Wednesday, but I'm going to switch the meal today to breakfast. And so I'm actually going to eat the morning before I weigh in, but I am going to skip dinner tonight and dinner tomorrow night. Just kind of from the books I've read, they talk about, loading your calories up earlier in the day helps facilitate weight loss, I guess. Or they found that eating more of your calories in the morning is better than eating them at night. And I've kind of, um, it's easy to skip breakfast, and that's why I've done it. Like, it's tougher for me to go home and everybody be eating dinner and kind of skipping dinner. And so that's why I haven't done it in the past. But I think that I really like the oatmeal, and I kind of like the idea of doing a little bit of a mono diet, in that for breakfast, Tuesday and Wednesday, or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, essentially it's going to be pretty much oatmeal is going to be the bulk of my diet. I may snack. I still like having the cherry juice as well, so I don't think I'll cut that out in the afternoon. So not a complete fast throughout the day, but anyways, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm eating breakfast. Uh, Monday, Tuesday night, I'm gonna fast. Wednesday, after I weigh in, I'll eat. So, um, that's just kind of what I'm gonna switch up this week. Hopefully, uh, eating Wednesday morning doesn't throw off my weight. I don't think it will. I don't know that I'll have a huge weight loss this week, but I don't know. I mean, we'll find out what the scale says on Wednesday. I'm uh kind of yeah, I think I got it worked out. I got a plan. So, and it also kind of works out too, is that at work we're short a guy, and so me doing the live stream at my normal time is more difficult. So I am going to do my live stream at 6 o'clock on today, obviously. I did it 6. And then tomorrow and Wednesday, I will also be doing my live streams later. I'll be doing them at 6 p.m. instead of the regular 4 p.m. So uh that will also help this week for me fasting because I'm not at home right now when the family's eating dinner or has eaten dinner, and I'm not surrounded by food or the temptation. It is taking a little bit of time away from being at home, but we will figure it out. So, um, but yeah, that's gonna be my plan is to go live in the evening. Till I might have to go live Thursday evening too, but Friday would be back to the normal time unless I get a huge uptick in viewership or people tell me that if I go live at 6 p.m. they'll watch me. Uh I'll just go live at 4 p.m. and then you guys can watch the replay. And Anthony and Carrie, you guys are rock stars because you watch me whenever I go live. Um so yeah, I think that's everything I had today. That's about 50 minutes of time. So you guys have fun. I hope, like I said, I hope you guys all had a good weekend. If you're still watching this, if any you take anything from this when you're traveling, just make sure you have a plan. Make sure that your itinerary is what you thought it was. Because things will get screwed up. I'm not disappointed in any of the choices that we made. I'm happy that it worked out the way it did. In fact, actually, because we now know that that location exists in Iowa City. It's probably going to be somewhere that we visit uh, with the family because they can kind of uh, they can take the cheese off. They can replace the cheese on any of their pizzas and not put Parmesan or butter on any of their pizzas, and it will uh, veganize them. Uh, for us, I guess. So it's kind of cool that we found out that they opened up a location there in the end. So, anyways, I'm out of here, guys. Carrie says yes, you are. So thanks for checking out the broadcast here. Again, make sure that you do subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment about down below. I if you didn't check out my weigh-in video, I did like a separate video for the weigh-in. I'm gonna try to do that for those weigh-ins in case people are trying to just get kind of a quick video. And then I'm also, if I can figure out, gonna try to maybe do some other videos separate from the live streams. So, anyways, thank you guys for checking out my broadcast tonight. Of course, just as I leave, my viewership doubles. How's that for you? Uh, see you next time on the episodes of How the Fa Turns. See you tomorrow at 6. Yes. I will see you guys tomorrow at 6. If you guys haven't started on your diet yet, get started right now. There's no reason to wait. There's no event coming up this weekend that's more important than getting your health and wellness taken care of. And just go all in. You can try to convince yourself that you can make a moderate change and you can, maybe start eating a little bit healthier, and then eventually that health food is going to all of a sudden stick, you know, unlike every other time where the high calorie foods win out every time. So get started right now, go all in. If you haven't tried a whole food plant-based diet, give it a shot. There's all kinds of 3-week programs out there. Give it a shot, and it's definitely worth it. So we will see you guys tomorrow. All right, bye.